Operation Wolf.
Hello and welcome to a look at Operation Wolf for the Amiga, a Taito arcade original that was converted by Ocean's French department unit thing, and of course released by Ocean themselves. In Operation Wolf, some terrorists has taken some civilians hostage and you have been sent in armed with your mouse in order to take care of them. The game consists of 6 different sections that you have to navigate in order to reach the overall bad guy and then finish him off. And of course, on the way you have to complete the 6 individual sections, which are completed by defeating a set amount of enemy troops and vehicles that pop up. Obviously, you can't afford to hit any civilians that may, for some bizarre reason, run around, but by and large, everything else is a fair game. There are several different types of animals that you can waste your precious ammunition on in hope of getting ammunition refills and similar upgrades. From time to time you will see a bullet with a free name on it, and if you shoot that you will have unlimited ammunition for 10 seconds, well, gun ammunition. You have a set amount of ammunition, which of course is quite limited because that is part of the challenge of the game, consisting from the start of 6 magazines and 6 rockets. The rocket grenades are ideally only used against vehicles, of course, and even more ideally you want to make sure that at least 2 vehicles are overlapping so you can smack both of them with one rocket. On the interface you can see that you have a magazine and bullet count. Underneath that you have a rocket count, and then you have a listing of how many enemies are remaining in the current section. Underneath that you have a number for hostages rescued, or needing rescue, but it is not relevant for the early stages. Immediately to the left of the main information interface you can see a bar which is split into sections, which signifies your health. The base color is your existing health and the red color is your missing health, and of course you can possibly imagine what would happen if you run out of a base color. It's pretty much game over. Well, it is game over. There's no 2 ways about it. You gain a bit of health after completing a level, but you can also find some power potions which will restore 5 points of health during the missions, but of course they are quite rare and they are very, very valuable once you bump into them.
You have sustained a lethal injury. Sorry, but you are finished here.
Now, the arcade was controlled by a light gun that was in the shape of a replica even Uzi, which had a button that you could use to fire the rocket grenades. And in truth, trying to convert an arcade like that for non-arcades will always leave a bit of a flat feeling. Personally, I wasn't overly impressed by the arcade as such, It was a decent game. It was fun to play because of the light gun effect, but at the same time the games, or the cost for playing those games cost nearly, more than twice as much as playing any other game. And of course, if you are on a coin budget, then it was an odd game from time to time. But such a control scheme adds an awful lot to the gameplay, and without it, it definitely feels a bit lacking. If we are talking on technical aspect, I can't honestly remember how the graphics from the original looked, but for the Amiga version, it's serviceable. It's not spectacular, but it's not bad either. You can argue that it's a bit choppy, and that is fully justified with the amount of crap on the screen, but it does detract a bit from the gameplay, because you have to prioritize targets in split seconds, which is not necessarily ideal. When it comes to the sound effects, I think they are fairly accurate to the arcade, so as I can remember at least, but it is of course explosions, yelps and screams, and a gun going taka 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 taka, which of course is always a very exciting sound when you have to listen to it continuously. The music though, and some people apparently seem to think the music is extremely epic. For some bizarre reason, and I don't know why, but because it is something I've experienced from other of Ocean's French department games, is they seem to be very keen on very screechy music. Some people might enjoy it, but I find that the tones are far too sharp for my liking. The compositions are probably fine, but those high tones definitely sticks out, to me at least. Overall gameplay, well, I don't know what to think about it, because without the arcade control scheme, it's nothing special. The good news is that the game plays on an Amiga 1200. The bad news is it becomes completely and utterly unplayable, as I will happily showcase right around now. And these things are not moving choppy anymore, but good luck dealing with that. And me being me, I wanted to test the different settings, and yep, it gets faster and faster the more power you throw at it. Lovely. Overall though, as arcade conversions go, I suppose it's not too bad, but it's not for me. The game style just doesn't interest me that much, and as I was saying, without the arcade's control scheme available, it's rather, forgettable, I would say. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye for now.